Welcome back. In this video, we'll take our normalized form database and transform it into first normal form using SQL commands. We'll use DDL or data definition language to evolve the structure and DML data manipulation language to insert transformed data. So before we start, I will show you our our normalized table for the first normal form. As you can see on the load step header for first normal form, we have more columns because we add some. Like on the semester, we add column semester, we add column academic year and year start and academic year end, and we omitted or deleted or dropped the column term, and we have an existing column student number, and we add also family name, given name, middle name column, including also the name suffix, and we drop the existing column, which is the student name. And we have also the existing column for date of birth, gender, and also we created columns program name, major, minor, and college code. With also we omitted the course, college course, and also the course major and minor. And we have the previous amount paid or number, date paid, year level is also existing column. And then we have also a new column added with enrollment status. And we have total units and total subject with an old column. So if you can see the changes from a normalized form, we only have 15 columns. Have here on the load step header, we only have 23 columns for this one. So we need to evolve this by by duplicating, um, by cloning our existing UNF tables and using alter table to evolve a schema into atomic normalized form. Okay, so with the table load sleep subjects, we only just to change only the primary key and auto increment for this column. It's good, easy. But the more concern that we have right now is the load sleep header. Okay, so let's start. So we minimize this one and we will open our Notepad++. So we start by um, using our table. So we type here use and the name of the table that we have already created here. So we just copy and paste. Okay, so use this one. Okay, so as you can see right now, there is no colored because as we can see here, our document is not yet saved and this is considered as a text file. So in order for us to be able to use this color or benefit the colors um, for the syntax that make it much more colorful and much more organized to see, we have to first save it. Okay, so we have to file and save, and we can just save it to um, your name, for example, Alejo, and then first, um, okay, UNF to 1NF. And then we type here SQL. Okay. So as you can see right now, it now turns to blue for the use that is because that is the keyword for a or the syntax of my SQL. So now we can just add comments for us. Okay. So we have here use the working database. Okay. So we have that one on our previous video. Okay. So next is we have to use this one, set names and UTF-8 MB4. So this command makes you able to insert data um, like any character on the um, in all the columns if you want. Okay, so all the not all because if you have in an integer, I mean all the variable. So we have to make set it this one that make sure we handle names with enye, okay, enye, or like small letter enye, okay. So like names like we have Nino, sorry, it's Nino or Nina, okay. So that's what we're going to do. So next is we have to clone our our previous database tables like this one. We will going to clone it because we don't need to create now because we know already how we created this one, but we need to clone it. Okay. So the first thing that we need to do is um, make a comment so that we are be guided. So this one is clone. Will provide numbers this one for us to be able to be organized. So this is for zero, the first thing, and we have here 0 0.1. Okay, so this one I will be on the next one. This number one. Okay, so this one is to clone UNF tables, all the structure of the table so only and no data. Also, so we only just copy the structure, okay? Not okay. So this is for the DDL. So the keyword will be um but before that cloning, we have to check if the table that we are going to create is not existing or it is existing. So we have to drop the table um if exists. uh, the name of the table is 1NF table load sleep underscore header. So it remove all old table if exists. Okay, and then drop table drop table if exists the same 1NF TBL loads sleep subjects. So we have here before the subject. So we have to clone two, but make sure that before we clone, we need to drop if the table is already exist to make us no error in importing our our SQL file. Okay. So this is now how we clone it. So actual cloning. So I will just prepare you for all the so that you will be you can understand what we are doing. Okay. So we create table one NF underscore TBL header like the previous table that we have. So this one is the we have similar table. This one the structure for this one. So we will create a table what you have like that one. So that's simple. So you clone only the structure. So all the structures here will be cloned directly, not only you don't need now to type all those data types and names. So the same thing with the other table. We have create table 1NF load underscore load sleep subject. So like that is the same with this table. So we want the structure to be copied also here. So we will just copy this table and that one. So same the same, clone only the structure. So that is our second step or the first step in our UNF to 1NF. Okay, so what we did again is we dropped existing first normable tables to avoid duplication, then clone our unnormalized tables so we can evolve them into first normal form. Okay, so the second or the third one, the step three, is to for you to be able to understand it well. Okay, 1 and this 2 and this is 2.1. Okay, so right here we have now step 3. So in here we are going to alter the header table. So this table. So when you say alter means changing or updating the structure of our table. Because if you can see on our PowerPoint presentation, from these columns that we clone, we need to evolve it to in these more columns. So we have to alter, meaning to in altering we have to add um, columns, or we can also dropping columns. So this is what we're going to do. So the 2.1 to 3.1, sorry. So the 3.1 will be just here 3.1 for you to be guided. Rename columns to new meaning. Okay, for atomic values. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is alter table and the name of the table. This one, the name of the table, and then what we're going to do. What alter? What? Because on any if you go to w3schools.com, okay, if you go to this website and go to MySQL, this is a full tutorials of SQL, and we go to here database, and we have here alter table, and you can see all the things that we have done. So I'll just use as what we are going to use. But if you want I want you to study all of those things. So we might have a quiz for that for you to be able to know what are the under what are the sub syntax under the alter table. So right now um, we are going to change a column. Okay. So we were going to change, meaning to rename a column. So from change column to change column. So from college course, okay. From this one, okay. From college course, we have to make it into a program name, okay? So from college course, because you have two values, it's not atomic. So we have to from college to and course, we will make it a program, make program or course. That's the same. So from change column college course, and the name of the new column will be the program name. Okay, so from college course, you will now change it to program name, and data type will be varchar. I think it could have 70 for this. And okay, so what we did here is we changed the table, and we update the table and change a column from a column course college to a program name. So this one will be now no longer when we update it, it is now into a we call it a program name. Okay, and then we have the varchar data type, and we have a 70 um, length values. Okay, next we have another table. We have change column, and that will be the major. Sorry, it is on this one. We have two major and minor, so we have to make it only a major. So from major minor to become only major. And we have here varchar, and it could be okay 15. Okay, so what we did here, um, we rename college course into program name, and major minor into major to reflect atomic fields. Okay, so that's our 3.1. Okay. So the next thing that we are going to do is for the 3.2 is to, okay, we were going to add columns that from, okay, from uh, here, from here that we don't have added here. So what are not in the previous one, we will be adding it on the first normal form. So the still the same. We will still have a alter table. The same thing. Go sorry. The comment will be add atomic columns required in okay by one in F. Okay. So the same um, syntax, alter table, and the name of the table that we have to work with. And this is the table 1NF underscore table load slip header. And instead of change, because we need to add, we have to the add syntax, and we have add column and the name of the column. So we will add semester, semester. As prescribed in our PowerPoint presentation, we have semester. Just use capitalize one. So we have semester and we have int and we set it to one only. And after, okay, so we set after the, we add a column after the, what? After the slip number. So we will add a column after the slip number, okay? Because if we will just add, we will just add it to the last part. So right now we will going to add a column after sleep underscore number. Okay, that's it. So we add one column now. So next thing that we need to do is another is add column, and the next is the column for academic year start. Okay, so this is academic year start, and still also an int with 4 length because of 2025 we have 4 character. So then we will going to add it after the semester. So that it will have a, we can know where we can add in what particular after that particular column. So next we will add another one, which is the end. So we have add column academic underscore year underscore end, and the same int. Okay, I think I use a small int. Okay, and 4, and this one will be after the academic year start. Okay, so that's it. Then another column that we need to work is the okay, that we need to add also is the family name. Family name, given name, middle name, and name suffix. We have 4. So we have add column. Um, we have here family name, and this is varchar. And we can set it into 25. And this one will be after the column academic year end. Okay. So then we have another one, another column, family or given name. It is varchar again, and we can set it into 50 because that is a name of a student after the family name. Okay, so it's very easy. You update the table, add a column, and then where you're going to place it after the column. So next is add column middle name. Okay, still varchar, and the same with the family name 25, and this is after the given name. Okay, the next will be the name suffix. Add column name underscore suffix, and this will be varchar. It could be varchar 5, and this is after, okay, after the middle name. Okay. Okay, so next will be we will add a column for minor. Add column because we have minor here, and the minor will be add after the major. Okay, so column minor and varchar. It could be uh, it could be 15 and after the major. Okay, then we have also the college code. Yes, the college code. Where is the college code? Here, that is after also the minor. So add column, college code, and we have here varchar. We can onset to 10, and this is after the minor. And lastly, that we are going to add is the enrollment status. So we have add column enrollment status, and this will be varchar again with I think we can set it to 30, and this is after what after by the year level. So it's after by the year level. So after the year level. So I guess that's it. We add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these new columns let us break into composite values. So name into a family, name into family given name, middle name, and suffix. And the term is into semester and academic years. And course details into program, major, minor, and code. So that's it. So we add now new columns. Okay, the next thing that we need to work with now is the dropping old columns. Okay, so um, 3.3. So this would be drop old columns. So what are the columns that we need to drop? So the same code that we are going to work with is alter table, and the name of the table that we're going to alter, which is this one. And instead of add, because a while ago we used change to change the name, and here for add to add a new one, and this one, if you're going to drop or delete, we use drop column and the name of the column. Okay, so the thing that we need to drop here is the student name because we already created family, given, and middle name, also suffix. So we have drop table. So it was replaced by again the family, given, mm, middle. Okay. So another one that we have to drop is the column term. Okay. So it was replaced by for us to be able to see it clearly. Replaced by semester and a academic columns. This one is academic year start and academic year end. So that's it how we drop a call. So we drop a student name and term because they were non-atomic fields replaced by new columns created above. So next is we have to set a primary key for our table 1NF table load slip header because that is also a 1O requirement in the first normal form. So we are still altering the table. We are changing something. So we have alter table. Okay, sorry, I have to put here the 3.4. That's 3.4. We have here mm, primary key. Okay, so primary key. Okay, for the table header. So primary key is a unique key in the table. That means you are going to set a to be able to know that that is your record is unique. So you can also search here primary key. What is the definition? So it's a constraints that unique identifies each records in the table. So primary key must contain unique key values and cannot contain null values. So a table can only have one primary key, and in a table, this primary key can consist of single or multiple columns. So this one. So in here, we have to use that one. So alter table, and then we will going to add primary key and open close parenthesis and the name of the column that we're going to use as a primary key. So we will going to use a primary key for now is this table, this slip number. Okay, we use that column and that one. So that's how we create add a primary key on our table. So the next thing that we are going to work with is to add constraints for our table. Okay, so this will be 3.5. So if you go back to our WT schools, we have here constraints. So for you to be able to understand constraints, so SQL constraints are used to specify rules or data in the table. So it's a rules in the you are getting setting rules in each column of the table. So there are different constraints here. So we have here, if you can read the definition, SQL constraints are used to specify rules for the data in the table. So constraints are used to limit the type of data that can go into the table. This ensures that accuracy and reliability of the data in the table. If there is any violation between the constraints and the action is aborted, meaning it will not continue inserting the data or updating the data. Constraints can be column label or table label. Column label constraints apply to a column, and the table label constraints apply to the whole table. The following constraints commonly used in SQL. So we have here not null ensures that a column cannot have a null value. Unique ensures that all values in a column are different. Primary key, a combination of a not null and unique. So we have a lot of, so I will not discuss everything. You can just work on it because we will going to use only those things that necessary for our transformation from a normalized to first normal form. So on the 4.5, so we can have here constraints for integrity of our columns. So still the same, we have alter table in the name of the table. And sorry, so it should be name of the table. I'm wrong with this and this also. Name of the table, and then we modify our column. So we modify our column from sleep number. We will now modify is changing now the data type. Our sleep number now, the current one is worker. So we will going to change it to int, okay, 3. And we have here auto increment. So when we say auto increment, um, because now it is primary key, that means it is unique. We don't want that the value is duplicated. That is why we um, we set it into auto increment. So meaning every row will add one. Every row will add one so that there is no value for that particular column. So next will be modify semester into int uh, 2, and it will be not null value. So there is hindi siya pwedeng um, an empty one. Okay. Next will be the modify um, what are things academic year and year start. We have here int 4, and we have to set it to not null, and another modify. You must practice that you have to separate each column in a comma, right? So modify academic year end and int 4 not null. Okay. Next will be family name. So modify family name, and that is worker 25 and not null. And the same with the given name. Modify family name. No, that's given name. Varchar 50 and says still not null. And modify middle name. Varchar 25 still not null. And modify college code. Varchar um, we can set it into 10. Okay, not null. Okay, so the column that we add, we have to set it into not null because previously we set it what is the empty value columns that we set. Right now, all this column is not required as null. So meaning we have to make ensure that we have a constraints for these columns. This is why we had integrity in every column, that there is no blank data inserted in the database table. Okay, next is the I think the last one is modify enrollment status, and that is varchar. Um, what is the 30? Okay, so 30 and not null. Okay, so that's the last one. So we can also okay add also the constraints that we need to add on the table load sleep header. We have another constraints that we add. So another one will be the um we have another constraints add table. Oh, no, sorry, it's alter table. Alter table, the same table name. And then this one, here we are modifying our column to add a not null. Now we are going to create a constraints. So we can add constraint by doing this, add cons constraints, constraint with that no s. Add constraint and the name of the constraint, because we can name it to check semester, and that semester should have a rules, and that rules will be semester column in could only have one or two. Okay, so what does that means? That is only the value for the semester is only one or two. So the value that we are going to save on the semester column, it could only be value one or value two. Okay. Nonetheless, if we put it three, it will just not add. Okay? So next is add a constraint. We have check gender. So in check gender, we have to check the gender column in, and it should be only M for male and F for female. And that means that only value M or F will be allowed to save in the database table. Okay? So last constraint that we are going to work with is constraint check totals. Okay? So we have to check. I guess I have wrong one. I forgot to put check. Okay, so check total units, and the total units should be greater than zero. So it should be greater than zero, not zero. Okay, because units can be had. Okay, and total subject is also greater than zero. So that's it. So we have additional constraints that we have, not only not null, but also in the semester we only have to set value that only one or two will be the value to be input on that column, and also for the gender we only have to set only F and M for the column gender, and we also check that whatever we input on the total units and the total subject should be greater than zero. So we enforce semester na must be 1 or 2, gender only M or F, totals cannot be negative. So we also create index on a student number for faster searches. So we will create that one. So to do that, we add here create index, and we can name it to whatever name of your index. I will just name it to index adx underscore the name of the table, uh, 1NF underscore. Okay, we'll just copy paste this one. Index for that one. Uh, on the name of the data table. And then the index would be the student number. Okay, this one will be the index of our table. This one. This is the index of our table um, to be created 1NF table of header. So because we're still working on it, sorry, this one. Okay, so that's how we migrate from an UNF to a first normal form. Okay, so that's intended for the all intended for the table 1NF table load sleep header. Okay, so for the step 4, oh no, step 5, for the step 5, this is intended for alter the subjects, the other table, which is this one. We will going to alter this table. Okay, so what are the things that we are going to work with here? So the first thing that we are going to work with here is the change the column. Okay, if you can see right in on our previous code here, section is a name. It is reserved for MySQL. Though the color blue is the word that really reserve name for SQL. So when we create user names on a column as one of the reserved name, it might have a trouble later. So in order for us to be able to really save this problem, um, in the near future, we will name it to, instead of section, we will name it to sec to abbreviate it so that it will just not, we will not use a column name for our table as a reserved name in MySQL. So to do that, here, all we need to do in this part is we will going to evolve, okay, um, subjects, no, subjects table. Okay, so evolve um, the the UNF table to the 1NF. Okay, so the first thing is alter table, and the name of the table is the 1NF table load sleep subjects. And what we're going to do is we change the name of the column. So to changing the name of the column, the keyword is alter table change, and the previous name is section, and now we will now use it to sec, and we have here varchar only two. Okay, so what your name? We rename section to sec. Okay, so that's what we did on that part. Okay, next, another alter table, the same table name, and here we are going to modify. Um, we were going to set auto increment and primary key of this row number. Okay, for this one, because we see that we have duplicated datas here, 1 and 1, so we will going to change that one. So we are going to modify row number, that is the name of the column, row number, and is the row number is, I think that is still integer. Um, we will going to use that one, row number int 2, and we will just auto increment, and we will set that one as primary key. So that means we set that if we when new records will be added, it will set it to a primary key, and it will just add one whatever records. The last one, for example, the last number that we have is um, 8, then it will followed by 9, 10, and so on. It will automatically incremented. So we have AI and P key for that, and then last will be we have add to constraints for the units. Okay, so for the units column, we want that to check that only values from 0 between 0 and 10. Okay, so for that we have alter table, the name of the table, and now we can add constraint, and we have check units, check, and the name of the column is units. Yeah, units, right? Yeah, units. And between 1 and 10, okay? So that means you are going to check the input sanity check. So means you have to check if the inputted value is a inputted value is um, between 1 to 10. Okay, so for this, what we did for the subject table, we rename it section to sec, define row as an auto increment and primary key, and add a constraint that ensure that unit is valid. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we have done now with our DML. So these all these things are most likely for DDL, which is all the script are intended for data definition language. Okay, so we will just to end for you to be able to see it. This one is end of DDL. Okay, So now let's start now with start now for DML, or which is the data manipulation language. Okay. So in here we can now insert. We can able to delete, update records from the two tables. So the first thing that we need to work with is the we are going to step 5. We are in step 5, and step 5 is insert data. Uh, so okay, so now what we are going to do is for step 4 or for 5 now. So that's for step 5. So 5.1, we are going to populate subjects in 1NF. Okay, so auto increment, uh, auto assigns, okay, new row number. So what we're going to do with that one, we are going to truncate the name this table. So when we say truncate, we're going to empty the records of the table. Okay, so I know we don't have yet a table, but we have to truncate so that we have to fresh start for the record. Start with 1. So that means this is how we do it. So we are going to truncate. So you can just see the definition of truncate. Truncate, 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 truncate. Truncate. Okay, truncate, truncate. There is no truncate there. Alternate now, unique, check, truncate. So you can search for truncate in SQL. So truncate, primary refers to the truncate table statement, which is used to quickly remove all rows from the table. Its data definition, DDL command, distinct word from the delete statement, where data manipulations language command. So removes all rows, deletes all data from a table. Okay, so that's it. That's how definition for the truncate. So we are going to remove what is inside all the tables, but to this part, we don't get a table, but we're just double checking if we have to remove all the record if there is the record. Okay, so now this is how we're going to. Next thing that we're going to work with is whatever the data we have right now on our unnormalized form. We don't need to write insert queries like what we did on our previous video. What we're going to do is we are going to clone all the data or copy the data from the UNF subjects table, but omit only the room number. We will not copy this one because it will make an error. So we will just automatically generate new values for this sequence. So to do that, how we're going to do that? Just copy the entire subject code, section, description, schedule, room, and units, and not only copying the round number, but we're going to automatically get that one because the row number, as we define here, it is now auto increment and primary key. So on that, how we're going to do is you have the insert into um, in this table, and we are going to add only um, this one only the subject code. We add only the subject code, the section. No, it's not the section anymore. That's only sec because we rename it from this part section to sec. So this now sec. No, that's section. Sorry, because we are referring. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot. This is now on the first normal form table. So you have sec. Sorry for that. And then we have here description and also um, schedule, and room, and units. Those are the things that we need to insert because the row number will be generated automatically. So the values that we're going to work with is this one. We're going to use select command, and that will be coming from the table. So select from the table UNF. So this one will be used. So select from, okay, so whatever table that we need to select. Okay, so we will going to select everything because the same lang. We have just copy. The only thing that we have is the section because on the unnormalized form, section is section. As you can see here, this is the unnormalized. So copy this one. So that's only the thing. And lastly, we can set it to order by row number. So in this code, what we did is we um, copy whatever records that we have here. We copy the subject code, section, description, schedule, room, and units, not row number, only the these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. And by copying it, we are going to put it our columns in our created um, new first normal form table of slip subjects because all of this it is from unnormalized. So we clear the table with truncate. Next, then we copy the data from the unnormalized subjects table, but omit only the row number, and it is MySQL generated. So that's how we do it on the subject table. So we were now almost done. We are on this step 6, the last step. We have to insert. Um, Sorry, it's only not step 6, but also step 5. We have 5.2, and this is intended for um, populate header, table header um, with derive atomic values. So from this one, we will going to copy again or clone the data and put it on our new unnormalized table. So this one is more tricky, but we will work with it. Okay. So for this one, we have again um, into insert into the name of the table. The name of the table is this one. Then the columns that we have to put, okay, but that we create generated here. So we first have the sleep number, okay, and also we have also, okay, don't forget to add um don't forget to have the open close parentheses, okay. And what we're going to insert, we have here first column is the sleep number, second column is the semester. Okay, I'll just copy paste it so I can make it much more faster. Next will be the academic year start. Next will be the academic year end. And we have here the student number, the family name. Oops. And we have also the given name and then the middle name and then the suffix and date of birth, and gender. Then we have here program name, um, major, and minor, um, college, scholarship, amount paid, or number, date paid, year level, enrollment status. Okay, last two, total units, and total subject. So we are having, I guess, 23 columns. Start, we are going to count to verify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. So that's are the exact columns that we are going, uh, we need. Okay. So what we're going to next is we have to select the same command that we have here, select, and whatever the columns that we are going to clone on the previous one. So before that, we have also from, and the from is from the old table, which is this one, the unnormalized form. That's the thing. And then after that, we have to make an alias as u for us to be able to. Um, u is now the name of this table name, okay, as an alias, meaning it's a nickname for that. So that we can easily use the nickname instead of the name. So that's we call alias in SQL. So we have here select the first column that so we need 23 columns also to provide the data to be inserted for this each column. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And last is this one. So that means that we are going to add just to correspond what is the column and then the value. Okay. So the first one that the value that we are going to work with is the slip number. So we have here we use the alias u because this is the where we are going to get the value. So u, that's why we use alias u because we are using this. Select u. We u means the UNF table on slip header, and we will going to get the data here, the slip um, number for that. Okay, so am I correct? Yes. I am correct. So that's one. Okay, that's this is this one. This one is intended for this one. Okay, for the semester, um, we will have a case because we have something that we need to work because we have first and second. Now, when you say first, that is one, and second is two. So we have to do because this is the value for that column, right? If it is first or second semester. So all we need to do here, you will use case. So we have case, and um, when we knew that term, if that is the yes, this is the term. If you that term like the value is first and Okay, that's one is a wild card. So meaning um, you search something there, like whenever you see first there in this record, you automatically have a value, then 1. So meaning if you search here in your row, you have already searched first or look first, then automatically it will make 1. Okay? Then not add. Okay. When you term is like second is the wildcard because you're going to search uh, uh, only on the left side. So here then is equal to 2. Okay, and then whatever it is, if it is else, null, so meaning if nothing, if you will just put here summer, um, you will be also will not, there is no changes here because we only have first and second. First is intended for 1 and second for 2. That's end. And so we have here um, we have to end the case and us will create alias for this one, and this one is for the semester. Okay, so similar to this one. So this one will be a semester. So that's what. So that is intended for the second column. So instead, we're grabbing whatever data that we have set, get in there. If that is first, then we have the value of 1. And if the second, have the value of 2. Okay? So for the school year, for the third column, that's intended for the academic year start. Okay? So we have, for a while, there is a, okay, continue. Okay, for the third column intended for the academic year start, our goal here is to get the to 2025. So how we're going to do that is first is we are going to use cast. Okay, so for the cast, we are going to work with this. So we have here use cast. Okay, so cast, okay, for a while, that is, so this is open close parenthesis cast. Okay, so our goal here is to clean the dash because sometimes the dash means hyphen, or so we have to clean it and make it it is a dash with a normal hyphen. So instead of dash with a hyphen, the long dash. So what we're going to do is just um, enclose this one to cast. Okay. Um, then all we need to do is use the substring index. Substring index. So for the substring index, um, it focus on your index with the dash and then after the delimiter of the dash. So by that, we will be able to get what will be because our we are going to know that the 2025 is after SY. So that is the keyword. So the 2000 the start is 2025 and our keyword that we need to look into is SY. And for the end, the keyword that we are looking into is after the hyphen. That is why we can get 2025 because we said that the word that after SY will be get. Okay, and then we get this 2026 because in our we specify that what we get on the after the hyphen. So this is the code actually. So, okay. So substring um, substring index, and then we will going to replace replace this is more complicated. We have to replace u and the term. Say the term. First is we're going to replace the u term by this hyphen nated one, the long one, because it depends on how they type. And we were going to ensure that this one, this dash, this hyphen is the one. Okay. 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 And this one is dash. Okay. Next is okay. So am I correct? That okay. And we have here you that term, and then we have the we will going to get the after the sy. Okay, so that means um we replace u term this one, and then we will also we are getting that um what is here. Okay, negative y after the sy, and okay, one. Okay, okay. So that we will just this is one is as unsigned, and this one okay as the academic year start. So what we did for that is we able to oh sorry this one I think this is the one. Okay, and this one is here for the substring. Yeah, and this one. Okay, let us check again. Cast. I think it's cast. Replace substring and then replace. Replace. Okay, and this one. So no longer. So this one and this one and this one as assigned. And okay, I want that this one is also the one for the cast. This one, and this one. Replace. Let us this one and this one is here will be put in there. Okay, and that one. So the index for that. Okay, I am very confused. Because there's lacking. Okay, sorry for that. We have two substring index that has Okay, just remove it for clarity. So after cast, there is a substring of index, and we also have another substring mm, index for that. Okay, so we have one substring of index, um, which we have replace, and we replace uh, u term, okay, and comma, okay, okay. This one is sy and -1. Okay, and this one will be 1. Okay, so we are getting um after the school year sy, we are getting the value after the sy. So we have to specify that one, and this one will be as unsigned. Okay, so this one is that one, and this one is that one. Okay, so it's now clear that on this one we are getting only after the value after the sy. Okay, so next is we were going to do the same, but for now we will going to use after the dash, not the sy anymore. So all we need to do is just copy and paste it here and cast the same thing, index replace u. So in this one, instead of sy, we are now after the dash and same -1, and mm, I think there is other way around. Okay, okay. We have cast, and then we have string index, then directly replace u the term and that one and comma with after this dash then -1, and this one. Okay, so that's close of substring, and we will have as unsigned. Okay, then in here we have here as academic year end. Okay, so just copy and paste here. Okay, so on this column we get data after the hyphen, so we are getting 2026, and this one on the start after the sy. So I guess that's it for the unsigned. So first, we replace by any n dash with normal hyphen. Then we grab the part of after the keyword sy. This gives us the 2025-2026. So then from there, we split into the dash. The first number becomes our academic year start, which is 2025. And the second number becomes our academic year after the dash. So finally, we can cast to turn those text values into a integer. Okay, because we are that is coming from a worker, and we are going to cast it into an integer. So that's is, and then the next thing that we are going to work with is the student number. For the student number, we are just directly use uh, U and then the name of the column for the student number. That's this one. Um, um, that's a student number. And now the next thing that we are going to work with now is the student family name, given name, middle name, and I think this one. So the three, family name, given name, and middle name. Those are intended from the student name, where we can see that in our formatted we can get that before the comma we can get that that is the last name. Now, or the problem now is we don't have any identifier on what is the given name and then the middle name. So in this part we have a problem for now, but I am sure that we can get only the last name. So to do that, still the same substring. So all we need to do is first is we trim, we get the data. So that's the first thing that we need to work with is trim. So here trim, we trim meaning we cut it down. We get some only a part of it, okay? And trim for that, and then we have here sub string index, and we are just looking only for the U and then the student name. It is only the thing that we are focusing and the student number name. And then we have here after the comma, no, before the comma, that's the uh, okay and one. So that means that substring index we get only the comma before, okay, which that is why we have here the this one, so before the comma, and we use it as alias as family name. So that's good. We can now see. So we have now a problem with regards with the student name or the given name. So we will try if we can um, we can we can get it. Okay. So for again, we have still using the trim, and then for the trim, still substring index, and we have here U again for student name, and now we will concentrate the the after the comma, which is negative one. So we are now focusing on the comma, and then we were going to I think that's really that is because after the comma. And I think we are going to just identify I think what will be no because we trim and get the value. So for that, I think that's really the given name. That's really the given name. Um, so we are just, I guess, good to go for this one. Okay, after that one with the space, I think that's really that one for me. That's after the comma. Okay, and then I think for me the middle name, that is the time that we have to make it blank because we cannot identify what is really is it a given name or the middle name. So in this one, we are just set it to for the given name. We set it to null. And this one we don't. Okay. Sorry. This one we set as as given name, and this one here we set it to null for now as um middle name. Okay. As null for the middle name. Um, okay, and the same with the next will be the name suffix. It should be null also. Null as um given name suffix. Where is name suffix? Name suffix and name suffix. Sir, good afternoon. Okay, I'll resume. So we have set null for the middle name and set null also for the name suffix. For the date of birth, we can still use that one um, from the previous unnormalized table. So we have you and date of birth. I guess if I cannot still remember date of birth. So we have you, date of birth. Okay, the same directly. And we have also next will be the gender. Steam the same. We have here you gender. Okay, and we have also college. Okay. Um, um, we can say for college. What's the next one? We have college. So we have here you. Next of the gender is that is not a college but program name. So the program name. So yeah, yeah, the college course. Yes, you choose the college underscore course. Next will be major. Major will be major minor. Yes. You a major minor because of the previous one here. We have here college course and major minor. Next will be the uh, minor. Okay, for the minor, we set it to null. So in here, we set to okay null as minor. And for the next will be the college code. We set the default one. For now, we set it for CIT. We can set how can we do it because of that minor con. We can just set. We can use case for now because we can set search for the course college. What is because it could have here College of Arts and Sciences. So we can have switch for now. We can have case. We just copy the same thing with here. We say case and we say case, and this term is for the college course. College course like we have here the value is College of Industrial Technology. We can just say um, that is CIT, and I'll just copy the same thing here. And this one is for College of Arts and I think that's Arts and Sciences. Um, ASCAS. Okay, and else null. Okay, we will name it to. This is intended for college code. Okay, so this is for college code. Okay, so next will be the scholarships. So scholarships. Okay, so same with that. We have here U for scholarships, and next will be amount paid. The same with the amount paid. So U that amount paid, and we have also the amount paid, and we have also OR number. Still the same OR number, OR number, OR number. So we have here U for OR number, and then last will be the date paid. U that I think that's date paid also here. Date paid. Okay, so that's date paid, and we have also we have here the next will be the we can just on the enrollment status. No, it's year level, and the year level is come from the year level, but we can get this one before the. Okay, so we can do that one. We can split into. Okay, so let can for the year level we can be like this. We use cast again, and then we have to make it an integer. We have here cast substring index, and then u dot what is that year level um, after okay before the blank one, okay, which is good, and as unsigned, okay, as unsigned, and this will be as I think it's still year level. Okay, this one. Okay, good. And for the enrollment status, we have to trim. Okay, we have to trim because the one that we're going to is only after the dash. So it's after the dash. Okay, so we can do that. We can still trim it. Trim, and after the trim, we have subs. String index, and I have here still uh, u that year level, and we can just trim again. I get substring. I think you can just directly year level, and then I think that after the dash. Yes, after the dash. So it's after the dash. Okay, -1. Then we have here as that's enrollment status. Yes, enrollment status. And the last one, no, we have second one. We have U that total units. We have total units here. Few the total units, and last is u the total subject. So that's it. We supply all the columns that we needed. We can save each one, and we can try to run it. It's okay. So it's really a long video because of this one, which is complex. That's why I want you to learn more about coding, because this is a very important one also. So here we can go here and go to the server, and we are going to import our script, and then you can see here we have our old in our table here, because we are using this table. So at the moment, we only have two unnormalized database. The moment we import that one, so where is it? Um, First normal form, this one. I think that's not the one. I think this one, an Alejo. I think that's not the one. Alejo UNF to 1NF. That's the file. This one. And let's try and import. Boom. There's something wrong. We created a table, as you can see here. We created now. We clone it with 23 columns, and also here we have. So some of the some are okay. Our script is working fine with the DDL. So there's something wrong with the. I don't know where is the part. So let us drop this one. We can drop the table first. Okay. In order for us not to. So in order for us for checking, use script, and then okay, we can just drop the table if exists. Okay, still the same. Let us rerun it again, because we want to read the error. What is read the error? Because I click it. First normal form. Alejo, 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 Alejo. Okay, documents, Alejo. Let us run it again. Let us see where is the. Okay, 10 errors we found during analysis. Keyword 2, what expected near position 69, and recognize keyword near modify. So let's you have here alternative load subjects, TBL load subject, okay? So TBL load subjects, uh, TBL load subjects. Let us see again. Modifier load. Okay, one have load subject one add there. Rename section to sec. Okay, here. Section to sec. Change column section sec rename. Let us see why you have an error for that. So alter table. One in F load subjects. You change. Yes, column section. To sec worker 2. What happened for this? After table 1 load step, error is keyword 2 was expected to modify. So change column section sex worker subjects. Maybe the columns, maybe the, we should, okay, maybe this one, maybe the two, maybe the comment is the one messing it out. Let us import again and choose the file that we have to, no, that's two, that's Alejo, and import section. You have rename, you have error because when it's use near rename section to sec. Okay, okay. I think this one makes the error. Yes, this one. You have to make it space. Okay, photo. That makes the error, and also this one sanity. So double check our comment because that one is also making error. So save that one. Make sure that save, and going back to our database, import and Alejo. So where is it? Documents, Alejo. Okay, then import. Okay, there is some of the problem here. Substring index replace line 35. We have 19 cores executed, which is good. Um, so let us having a problem here. Um, we have here error cast during the this one. Okay, so we have a problem in this part of our codes. Where is it? Substring index, substring index. So we have substring index. Yes. Okay, for a while. Okay. Okay, we'll assume you don't know where is the problem. For now, cast substring index, substring index, and replace u term, replace u and u. And then we have sy, comma sy, and here comma again, one as unsigned, and as academic year start, which still good. In my case, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, the comma here makes that error. Okay, save, and okay, go to the database, import, and go to the documents, Alejo, and import. Okay, it's working nicely. Now we have now table UNF load sleep header. So if you can see right now, we have now sleep number, semester, academic year, and we also get the 2025, which good. We have for this code, and we have also academic year end. Okay, with the given name. Yeah, the family name and the given name is the problem because this one we cannot recognize because some of those are also having more words. So that's what we are going to work with later. But still, null, but it's good. We populate data from our normal form to the okay. So what happens for the CIT? Because your industrial College of Industrial Technology, what had happened? College of Industrial. College Industrial Technology. Yeah, what happened? College of Industrial Technology, College of Industrial Technology. Yeah. So what happened? Wala siya ni of the CIT. College of Industrial Technology. With space? With space. Because of this space. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, so let's us try it again by deleting this one. As we can see it, that there is no data for you to be able to see it. For now, I will just drop here the one in F. Drop table one in F. Drop table one in F. Load sleep header. So I will okay, perform this. Okay, so we have now. So again, import it again. Choose file. Going back here. Import. Choose file. Documents. Alejo. So now import. So from two table, we clone it and also cloning the data and populate the data. So from the load sleep header, if you can see, we have two records which working good and fine. Um, yeah. So with the trim it, there is a problem with this one enrollment is okay. What happened? That's trim. Yeah, you trim it right, like the same thing we have here. You just trim for negative index substream. Yeah, trim substream index. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't. Okay, that is why we have to replace the same thing here. This one. So we can just copy and paste the code here because this is also the same um, for this one. This is for intended for status and this is for intended for year level. Okay, just to okay. Last populate import choose file documents Alejo import and okay good a header it should be okay, there's no enrollment status. It cast, right? It cast, yes. It doesn't need to cast, that need to trim. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm getting zero because wrong. Import, choose file, documents, Alejo, import. Okay, I have a problem because of e you have to make it unsigned. Okay. Okay, again, import, choose file, documents, Alejo. So we'll just try an error. That's what really programming is. Okay. Okay, working, header, and we assume that yes, from 3 dash ongoing, we are now enrollment status ongoing. Okay, it's working perfect fine here. Only thing that we need the problem is here is the name and then the middle name, but it's really fine. And we have subject here. We have all the subjects, which good. So here we can now able to copy, edit. You can also drop whatever you want because this is now what in this first normal form. Okay, so this video is very long, but just bear with me. I just want you to be able to see the changes of the first to normal to first normal. So finally, we insert data into the header table. Um, Notice that how we drive semester using case statement, extract academic years using string functions, split students into atomic columns, split a year level into numeric year enrollment status. This is essence of normalization, transforming, repeating, or combined data into atomic structure. So as a wrap up, and that's our database in first normal form. We clone tables, use alter table to evolve structure, added primary key and constraints, and migrated data into atomic fields. So in the next video, we'll move on the second normal form, address partial dependency.